Hello. There it is. There's my notes. I found it. Can make you unlonely. Hi. Greetings. Hi, Emily. There's a few people checking in. Some people checking in. Somebody wants to get some Trauma Live. Trauma Live, yay. I've used almost a whole bottle today. Looks like about 3/4 of the bottle. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm just gonna put on a little more right now, a little more. Well, yes I am, right on time, Stacy. Like, that makes twice. Twice I came on right on time. I can see my clock there in the background. Hi everybody. There's Bill. You're excited, yay. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm just going to tell you, and you can get right to back to your day, to your dinner, to your families, whatever's going on. You need this oil. You need to have this oil on your Essential Rewards constantly and have it available for when you need it. Because when you need it, it's too late to order it. When you need it right then. And sometimes you're gonna have friends or family members or acquaintances that need it. And you're gonna wanna have an extra bottle available to share with them. There was one, right, I was trying to think when I had a class and one lady came and she'd had family members that had been in that shooting in Vegas and she needed Trauma Life, and that was a time when it was out of stock and she couldn't get it. But guess what? I had some bottles on my shelf, and so I was able to share with her. I thought my iPad was going to kick back on the music, but it's not. You need this oil. So let me tell you what happened. So this morning we had the big announcement from Young Living about the free shipping. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. This is like the best ever. I'm so excited to hear all about that. And I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't we do that? And oh my gosh, this is going to make such a huge boon in our businesses. I've already lost it because of what happened right after. So I'm so excited and all into that and getting ready to post it. I did post it in a couple of the groups. I think I posted a dead link. But right after that, I came onto my one friend's Facebook, her feed, and she had a picture of her daughter with a horse. And if she's in here, I'm just going to tell it. So get your Trauma Life back out. She had a picture of her daughter with the horse, and she said, don't try to get me by phone because my phone is blowing up. And then she had in the hashtag, she's in heaven. And I thought she meant that her daughter had passed. That's what I thought she meant. That isn't what she meant. She was at a horse farm. That's Tammy Norcower. She was at a horse farm or something. She meant she's in heaven happy. But I thought she meant she'd passed away. And immediately, like the tears welled up, my body received that news and I started shaking. And I couldn't breathe, and I'm exclaiming, okay, it's coming back. And my assistant's here, she's like, what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong? And I'm like, and I look at it again, and this only lasted for a couple of minutes until I looked back at the post and I could see other people saying, oh, I love that place, I've been there. I'm like, wait, what? And I look closer and I realize she hadn't passed, that she was happy. She was at a place she really loved. But my body couldn't catch up to what my brain was saying and my emotions. And I was in an uproar and just couldn't settle down. So immediately I get up, I go to my oil stash and I grab my release. And because I'm like, I gotta let this go, right? I gotta let this go. So I put release on, like tons and tons of release on the front, on the back. And what do you think that did? Like, here comes some more. And so, the symptoms of trauma, the body doesn't know if it's real or if it's perceived. And perceived trauma is experienced in exactly the same way as real trauma. So I could have gotten up and left and went in the other room and not realize the truth of that, and it had even more of a profound effect on my body. You go into shock, denial, disbelief, trembling. You can get anxiety and depression. All these things can come on after trauma. Oh, great. After trauma, it can lead to long-term depression, anxiety, chemical dependence, other addictions, all kinds of things like that. And so you want to address trauma as soon as you possibly can. And even if the trauma is real, you still are going to want to address that as soon as is possible. So you need your tools in your toolbox now, before trauma happens. And it's gonna happen. It happens to everybody at some point in time, right? We all have things that come up that are traumatic in our lives. So I am like, I go upstairs, I've put on the release, I'm crying, I'm putting on Rose, and I'm putting on Neroli and Jasmine and Cistus, all my heart oils, Aroma Life, and I can't get my body to calm down. I had just, oh, I'm gonna kill that dog. I'm sorry. I had just gotten, let's see, totally lost it because that dog. I had just eaten, that's where it was. I had just eaten lunch, and my stomach was so upset I thought I was gonna throw up. I was really close to throwing up. And this is even after I realized it wasn't real. I immediately texted her and said, oh my gosh, I thought you meant that she had passed, and I'm losing it here. And she's like, oh no. And then I'm like, gosh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, because now she's gonna have trauma. And she did have trauma too. But she's like, nah, yeah, I'm gonna use a whole bottle of Trauma Life too. And you owe me a bottle because you did. I'm like, no, you owe me a bottle because you did this. So anyway, then I get the Trauma Life and I pull it out, and you know that thing that when you hate an oil, you need it emotionally? I love Trauma Life. I mean, I love the smell of it. I pulled it out and it smelled so putrid to me. I thought I was going to throw up again, even more. And so I looked up the emotion that goes to it, and it's panic. I'm like, that's exactly what I felt. Panic. I thought, this can't be happening. I'm like, how can I get to her? I've got to get to her. I didn't even know where she is, but I've got to get to her. And it was like all these things coming up, panic and everything. And that's exactly what it was. So I have been putting on so much of that Trauma Life. And matter of fact, my sister was here, Jensen. She's like, wow, that smells good. I'm like, here, you put it on too. You need it too. So we put on so much Trauma Life. It's in the diffuser. And finally, after several hours, I'm okay, I'm not shaking anymore, and I can kind of think more coherently, and my stomach is starting to feel better. I'm actually hungry now, finally. So I feel like my body has recovered from that initial surge of all those chemical hormones and everything that happened when I experienced that perceived trauma. It wasn't even a real trauma, but it was perceived, and my body received that and had a really hard time letting go. So after I looked in the emotional, Release Emotional Patterns book, then I looked in the EODR to see what's in it. It's got sandalwood. I love that one. High in sesquiterpenes, goes straight to the brain. Frankincense, valerian. Valerian is so calming. So calming. Spruce, davana, lavender, geranium, helichrysum, citrus histex, I don't even know what that is, and rose. It's got rose. So all of these oils, which are so awesome and so calming and so grounding, and so I can see why it did the job that it was supposed to do as far as, my body and how it perceived that. The frankincense, one of the most spiritual oils, that spiritually connecting oils that there is, frankincense and sandalwood both together. Some people say that sandalwood is where in the scripture there where it's gold, frankincense, and myrrh, that sandalwood is the gold. So it's one of the three oils that the wise men brought to Jesus. So anyway, you need some Trauma Life. How many of you have it? Give me some thumbs up. How many of you have it? If you've never had it, give me a thumbs down. If you've never smelled Trauma Life before. Who of you has not smelled Trauma Life? So many of you have. I'm trying to see so many have good. You need it. You need to make sure that you have at least, because it goes out of stock. And one of the things, we were out of valerian for so long, you need this product. Everybody needs this product, and you need spares. Spares for yourself and spares for when other people have trauma. Remember, Barbara Schneider had just posted the other day, like, what is a good recipe for loss, bereavement, and death? I think this is a really good one in and of itself. They can last years and years. Yes, trauma symptoms can go on. You can, if you don't deal with it properly, they can go on for years, and you can have triggers that bring it right back. So he went crazy when it came back in stock, and I know, I can buy all the Trauma Life. But yeah, so you just put some on. Yay, good. All right, so I'm glad you guys came on to hear me. There's 50 of you on here. That's awesome. I guess if you promise a bottle of Trauma Life, people are going to show up on time, huh? Oh, some of you have not smelled it. Well, one of you is going to win a bottle, and not the opened one. I have an unopened one over there on the shelf that I will mail out. I am not going to leave the thread open because I don't want extra people to come in that didn't show up on time to get the chance at the oil. So as soon as I get off of here, I am going to, let's see, how am I going to know who you all, hopefully you have commented on here. So go ahead and comment. I will give you a few minutes, I will give you like 3 minutes to make at least one comment so I can get your name and put it in the random list generator and do the drawing, and then one of you will win it. So thanks for coming in and paying attention to me. My whole day was spent dealing with that because then I couldn't concentrate. I couldn't think about like what's the next thing to do. I just was randomly going here and there and not knowing what I was going to do next. That's why I didn't even get on board with the excitement of the Young Living free shipping. You guys, free shipping! Can you believe we have free shipping? That's the most awesome thing. So maybe I'll get excited about that tomorrow. We'll do another video on that tomorrow. But there you go. Jane says, just send it to me. Ha ha ha, you're so funny. You're so cute, Jane. Okay, you guys, thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye. Make your comments.